Okay, hello. So you are welcome to the final presentation of Global Game Jam. I'm glad to see you all here. So please come and present your game. Who wants to be first? Okay.
Okay. So, I did talk about some pretty funny game on Friday. It's a quick idea about making game in Game Jam about Game Jam. Because it's the theme about what are we going to do was exactly the thought that everybody here has when they come here to the Game Jam. Everybody thinks, what the fuck are we going to do? So, in this game, I kind of tried to show the basics for each game dev. Okay, almost every game dev, because I know there are some who don't need those things. About the basics, which should be presented in such events as game jams. So, I did think about making kind of 2D game, but I couldn't choose between side-scroller and top-down kind of shooter. So in the end I kind of chose like isometric side-scroller, made with HTML5. I haven't tested it on mobile because it has some performance issues even on computer, so I'm kind of a bit afraid to kind of even try. But I will do it sometime. So, what can we do here? First of all, we're kind of a new game dev. We came to the Game Jam. It's the first time he's ever been to the Game Jam, so he doesn't know anybody. He has no experience about Game Jams. He has no idea what to expect in there. So, the theme has kind of announced, everything kind of starting to move, and he's listening about what other game devs are talking about, to figure out what are those essentials for game jams. Golden secret, right? How can I turn this volume up?
Audio port does not.
Okay.
Why not?
It's broken.
No, it shouldn't be.
Okay. So basically, you need to find 3 essential things for game jam. You need energy drinks, you need pizza, and you need beer. So this goes something like that. It's kind of a Friday evening. You know, in that time, kind of the neighborhood is pretty crowded with all kind of shady characters, and you kind of try to get to the shop and to get like energy drink and grab some beer, but you need to kind of get past them. Okay, I just finished the first. Finished the first level. I have to kind of survive. I'm afraid I won't survive. I will try. Oh, I did it. Ah, shit! Okay. So, anyway, I kind of managed to finish everything that I wanted to do, what I told about Friday. And so, kind of, the game is pretty much as I was kind of imagining it. So, job well done.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
What happens when you collect all the things?
You kind of become the ultimate game dev and you can participate in games on Windows. Logic.
Okay, thank you.
and it's not showing. Just a second.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, and we thought about it and realized that not a lot of people actually try to make a game just like that in terms of gameplay. So we had this idea that would make a Metal Gear Solid game, which is a action stealth type of game with 3D graphics. And since we had like this segment in the intro video of Global Game Jam about feminism and something or whatever, we thought that we'd make the main character a female for a change. Apparently people don't do that anymore. So yeah, we're gonna... is this widescreen? No, it's not. I'm sorry. So I'm going to actually show the game with the controller. It does. Can we turn on the lights, please? Oh, actually, do it myself.
Det blir fysiska slides och så.
No. There's no sound. And there's no video. I'm sorry, there's some technical difficulties here. Oh no, it does actually show up. It's just really dark. Okay, so the game is about a female agent called the G agent, and you work for the G agency, and your job is to save the world from evil women or something. We didn't have too much time to work on the story, so it's kind of not very explained. So anyway, we thought about this idea that we don't really control the camera, so the camera just kind of floats in there and does everything for you. So, for example, if you lean up against the wall, the camera will zoom in and kind of let you see forward. And we made the graphics look like a PlayStation 1 game because Metal Gear Solid was a PlayStation 1 game, and PlayStation 1 games are cool. So we also did some things to make her look more like a female. Yeah. And since we didn't have a lot of time to make this game, all the characters are females, so we can shoot them. But we don't really have to shoot them because this is a stealth game as well. So we're going to try and oh no! They found me. So now I do have to shoot them. Don't run away from me. Yeah. Yes. That is our game. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you have any questions?
So how hard it was to make physics or?
It wasn't just like a script that was made before. But yeah, so I had more. The most difficult part was to figure out the best settings to make them look right.
And what kind of? So it's only controllable with the Xbox controller, or also keyboard or touch?
It's also a keyboard control game, but adding touch controls wouldn't be that difficult. In fact, in the last time we participated in a game jam, it was in Garage 48. We actually made a game something like this, but it had touch controls. It's just that it just wasn't our focus right now. We could have easily added those. Any more questions?
Can I invite the whole team here? Okay, what was your nicknames in Global Game Jam? the name that you registered. Okay. You said Mark?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the last one, what was yours?
And your car on the right.
Okay. So, stand there and a photo. But we'll have one photo altogether. So, thank you for participating. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. An applause.
So I made my first game jam game, my first Unity 3D game. Friday I talked about a very complex game, RPG-like, roguelike thingies with puzzles and diversities. Well, I'm glad to say that this game is exactly nothing like that. So this was a learning experience for me. And well, I'm glad to say I made something that has a beginning and has an end. So, how can I say it? The goal of this game is get the highest score as you can. Unfortunately, you have to write it down, then you just see your last score. So, let's just play it and we'll try to tell you what it is and what it is not. So, this is my game. And this is the robot from Unity Asset Store. So, anyway, you are seeing this. Do you know what to do, guys, here? I think you do. You just need to drag this box right in the middle of this button. Okay, let's go. By the way, I will enable sound because I got some cool music from Newground. Newground's gone. They have a lot of rhythms. So this is a tic-tac-toe puzzle. My colleague made it so hard that it actually is beatable only in one way. So I will show you guys. So later you can show everyone else how cool and smart you are. So by the way, I had my girlfriend test this game. She rage quitted here. So. Yes, I need to. Well, the common sense says I need to walk like this, right? No, I checked it actually. If you want. But the thing is, it's a brick tank. So, still you need to. Well, let's just do one way. Well, let's stand here. Maybe I can pass it. No, I can't. Well, it's a runner. As you can see, the brick response, if it falls, it's okay. You have 3 lives, the time is ticking, you have 10 minutes to complete the game. If you complete the game in a fast time, yeah, you guys didn't need to see that. Oh, okay, it's cool. So, yes, next puzzle. Well, it's a very short game, I can clearly demonstrate it all here and now. It's a little tricky. Oh, okay, let's just walk. You can see, the very interesting thing, you can complete those puzzles however you like, you don't need to follow the game rules. It's a feature. So, yes, here it's another puzzle, you just need to match the right colors, but as you can see, it's quite difficult actually, it doesn't work if you do it the wrong way. Well, I have no plans with these puzzles right now. It works, I can reassure you about that. I just want to get past as fast as possible. I want to show you guys the last level. It will sometimes works, sometimes not. I just can't pass this the wall right here. it's cool. No glitches here this time. So, anyway, I need to do this, match color, match this color, right here. Okay. Equal it, equal the element. So, okay, the last. What's with this? And the door opens. I have a little time. So this is the last level. It's confusing as hell. God. If I complete it, I just get more points. So I just commit suicide if I want. So this is my game, my first game jam game. I hope you like it. And I'm very proud of my work myself. So, yes.
Okay, do you have any questions? Well, will you release it? Will you finish it?
I hope I can finish it. I really don't have the time, but I will work on it, yes. Free time maybe.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Oh, thank you very much. Next one.
Okay, so if no questions, then thank you for participating.
Okay, cool. I give this to my colleague.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is mine.
So, hi. My name is Maris, and I was making, I forgot my game's name, Time Smash for this whole weekend. It was great fun. At first I set out to make a tap shooter where there's a lot of particles and all sort of stuff blowing up and stuff like that. And I sort of accomplished that. I got the particles to just think, but I sort of didn't have enough time to make the intro I promised. So sorry for that. But I will work on that later. So, my game. Here will be a little demonstration. You're this naked fat guy with a top hat on a flying cat, and your mission is to get revenge for your disturbed bath time. You get some weapons, sort of, and you go around killing shit. And sometimes a wild boss appears if you don't die. Well, it will be 30 seconds, so it's okay. So yeah, basically, I made this all in Construct 2. It was quite actually easy. The longest time I spent was for graphics and all that sort of stuff. I will most definitely finish this game later, because I really want to include the finished intro. I have it half designed, and the magical frog boss appears, and you must kill it now. And when it appears, there are some other thingies coming at you, like giant freaking lasers coming from the sky and all sorts of things. And then you just smash it, if you can succeed. But do okay. If you want to play it, you can either go to the Game Jam site and check out my game and go to the link, or you can go to bunkowski.com/ Team Smash and play it for yourselves and check it out. Yeah, so yeah, that's my game.
We come here and try to learn Unity for the first time. So we decided to create more or less a side-scrolling shooter. Goal is simple: survive as long as you can. Basically, you are in a deep space, and you're approached by enemies, space garbage, asteroids, and you have to just shoot them down and avoid them. Occasionally, there's some vortexes or warp holes which can bring you to the new places. So it's more or less whole gameplay, inspired a bit by Space Impact.
Is it endless?
What?
Is it endless?
Yes. You can run and run if you can survive that long.
And you can play it either in browser, the link is in the description in gamedev site, or you can download it in Windows App Store. It's published for phone. Somewhere there should be portal right now. There it is. And you get some different settings for the obstacles and stuff.
When you enter the wormhole, the next level is completely randomly generated or it's preset level?
It's randomly generated.
Awesome.
That's how it goes on.
Okay, any other questions? A good question. Okay.
So, as you already saw, we made a game. What?
We're not alive.
What? The what? The rule. Darkness. Ah, whatever. Well, I think you can see. Oh, yes. So, anyways, as I was saying, we made a game on GameMaker called Quest for What? But well, as you can see, it's more the name for the game is more of the Q being represented by a question mark because what's interesting about this game is the fact that there isn't quite literally a story to be told. It's more to be understood. What do I mean by that? Well, let's start the game. Now, a bit of a warning. There's only going to be a one level gameplay video. Well, not video, but I won't show you the first level because apparently after that, well, I had some major bugs. But anyways, the story here it's where it begins. Now it's quite. Most people will probably not understand what it means, but there are some symbolic references to the later parts of the story, which you won't be able to see. So afterwards, there's the fate flag, and there appears your, well, companion for the game. And as you can see, here is the main character. If you press the spacebar, you get up, and you start walking around. Now the companion will follow you always around, and he will give you some either tips or will be just completely annoying. So basically these are just two rooms which, as you will see in just a moment, by changing these rooms you can see that the layout of them has switched. Suddenly there's now a key, which depends on the reality of this game. Once you pick up the key, you saw earlier there was, if you were quick enough, there was a keyhole. So the logical thing is to put the key in the keyhole. Unfortunately, no such luck. Because the rooms keep on switching. That's going to be kind of the theme of the game. Later on we have already some more interesting levels presentable. Let's see. And this is going to be the end of the game because afterwards, as you can see, once I open up these doors and enter, boom! Yes! Because unfortunately Dropbox made our lives completely miserable at this point. Well, a huge part of the code was lost due to some misfortunes with Dropbox, so I need to spend like a good 4 to 5 days rewriting a bunch of code. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, what we did have is 2 more levels. One level is where you switch, basically you almost switch views where you control the character not from a typical standpoint of like how gravity works. You're on like the wall, basically, and you go around, you see this crazy grandma, which gives you some tips. You get some magnets that allow you to bend reality a little bit. And also we have this, that's quite annoying, one of those endless sort of like 2 doors. If you enter either of them, they will lead you nowhere. And there's a little trick to how to beat that room.
But anyways, there's a story there that needs to be followed. I will explain it really shortly. The place where you are is kind of like between the land of the dead and the land of the living. You are in a coma, and your companion is sort of like guiding you back to your place. And there are already some things involved in this game. If you do, for instance, the grandma's NPC, let's call it quest sideline, you will get the good ending opposed to the bad ending if you decline her. So yeah, that's pretty much the game. Sorry for not being able to show you more, but that's how life goes.
Okay, questions? No questions? Then I invite the whole team here, please.
Come here, guys, because we are on. Unfortunately, one member missing, but we have to do that.
Okay, so thank you for participating. Which one? Is it you? Okay, thank you.
Pleasure.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Photo? Wait a minute. Okay, thanks.
Okay, my name is Skellig, and I make game Man of Action. It's a collection of micro games, and you progress by completing a series of simple tasks. No music for some reason. And when you reach level 6, you face the boss. I'll try to not die and reach the boss. The tasks become more complicated as you level up. And there is 5 types of micro games. There are some elements of multiple choices you can. And that's it. I can show, maybe we can show boss fight. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, do you have any questions?
Why did you choose the Atari line graphics? Who's awesome?
It's a pixel art. I can draw, animate. I can program and animate, so I have to do something simple for this project.
What engine did you use?
Concept 2 is
Okay.
also good for short projects.
Okay, thank you for participating.
So, it's winter, so I decided to create a winter starts quite easy. All the levels are basically just collect all the keys and get to the flag. But levels get more complicated. Well, the main character can dig snow, as you guessed. Well, but it's not that easy, because if you dig too much into soft snow, it will fall. So that's one of the mechanisms used for puzzles. There are balls of snow that can be pushed. And also ice that cannot be dug.
Show how the snow falls.
Oh, okay. No, not here. Not this level. This one. As you maybe saw that the levels look similar, but they have to be solved. There are minor differences that completely change the solution of that. So, if you play this game and think that if the levels are repeating, they're not. And if you try to do the same but in previous level, you will probably fail. There are some other objects that are falling. Okay, I won't show you much more because that would spoil playing the game. It's part of the fun, discovering what happens. Okay. Any questions?
I have a question. Is there a chance you have been inspired by games like Superflex or Boulder or anything like that?
Well, indirectly maybe, but not too much.
Yeah, because this is like the like you show a level like this and it's like it reminds me of that game. A lot of people.
Okay, other questions?
So where did you create it? It's written in Hax. Well, it's a funny named language. Well, it's Haxe. So I guess there was a joke that at least for a year, the creator of language didn't know how to pronounce it either. It's Ajax, Hex, Hax. Well, that all sounds something like something else. So, well, it can be compiled to multiple different platforms. So this game, there's also a Linux version, Windows version, Flash version, and also for Android, although it's much harder to play it on Android due to lack of keyboard.
Do you have like on-screen controllers?
Yes, there are on-screen controls, but if you look at the first level, it's not the first, it's I guess second, just simply jumping over the pits with spikes. I failed it quite a few times until I could finish on the mobile phone.
Okay. Okay, other questions? No, then thank you for participating.
Hi. So, we talked about the kind of prizes and other things, let's say, which kind of Microsoft could give but the participants here, and we agreed that it's to keep, let's say, it's more as a collaborative spirit and so on. Microsoft will not give any, let's say, prizes per se during the event, but for the ones who will after event, you will, let's say, publish our Zedgers already did, publish games in the Windows Store, and they will not be removed after 2 weeks. When the actual human review is done, then for the ones, I guess we could give some deadline, which is kind of meaningful, which would be 1 month or more. Or 1 month is sufficient to finish the games.
25th of February.
Yeah, so 25th of February, so by then it would be nice if you, let's say, could, what we could use, write an email to me with a link to game. So let's say I can test it and see how it looks, and then we can, let's say, choose one game where we will give some bunch of Lumia 1520s, which are kind of like that big phones, yeah. These big phones, yeah. So like these big phablet phones for entire team. So if you had bigger teams, then you could get, let's say, the device for each team member, as I saw kind of number of teams. And maybe I could give even to more teams if I have, let's say, spare devices to give out. So if, let's say, we have more people, so I could give, let's say, these phones to games which looks the best. For what I will, let's say, criteria for seeing kind of how they look like, let's say, first it needs to be finished game. It should be kind of workable and so on. And second, I will really like if you will have use some kind of Windows features or Windows Phone features like live tiles to keep, I don't know, scores or whatever. So that could be about, let's say, 30% as bonus. And the other one is, let's say, fun of gameplay and so that it works, not crashes and so on. So let's say keep it as playable as much. So that's one thing. Another thing is I also try to create my own game. Here, I got a bit too much tired yesterday, but yeah. So but it still was a lot of fun to do some coding again. And so I'm also very glad that most of you who actually spend time here all nights. I think most teams from the guys who are here did that. So you managed to also finish your games, and it's more a question about doing and finishing stuff, less about, let's say, I don't know, something as other things. So it's just kind of very good to see you made very good progresses, because in other hackathons I have seen, sometimes even very big teams have produced much less of results than you managed to do here. So maybe it's because a lot of guys here are very experienced in game development space, or maybe it's just because you set very realistic goals for what you want to achieve and create. So that's kind of very great thing to see here. So thank you.
Okay.
So yeah, and remember, 25th of February, and you can write, I guess, me on whatever, Facebook, LinkedIn, or my email, but I will post that information in event Facebook page.
So, thank you all for participating, and wait a minute. So, I invite you to gamedev meetup on the 11th of February, and let's present all the games also there. I hope I'll present my game, which I didn't manage to finish, and let's create this event next year, and hope we will be a lot more here. And yeah, I invite you all to a group photo here so that we can take a picture of us all.